How come VR work is not a thing yet? Let me get this to you. I recently just lost my job trying to get back to school. My boss didn't approve. I'm jobless. I'm focusing on my studies, so I can't go out there and get myself a 40-hour job. And I don't want to work on the evening or night shifts because it's going to impede on my study time. So I thought, why not look for work online? And I already have a headset. Why not look for work in VR? I am a bit surprised to see that there is no work in VR, actually. Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. There is work in VR if you're a programmer. If you like to spend countless hours behind a computer screen, writing code, or doing art, or making software, all of that. There is work for that. There's also work in VR if you'd like to be in charge of customers. Put the headsets on, tell them the safety stuff, and then they can play a game in arcades and such. There's work for that. However, there is no work for someone that wants to just put a headset on and work in a VR environment. Why is that? You see, I am currently in an IKEA world, and I thought this is the perfect opportunity to talk about one of the many jobs that could be done in VR. I'm going on the IKEA website and I want to buy a shelf. I'm gonna have pictures and I'm gonna have dimensions and I'll be able to do all kinds of things. But what I won't be able to do is see it with my own eyes next to me. Because measurements are great and all, but not everybody has a tape measure and not everybody will have the physical representation of what that is. But in VR, I am my own size. I am the size that I am in real life, and I can just go to this desk and be, huh, and that's about what I need. It fills in the space I want. Wonderful. Better yet, if you buy this shelf, it comes with instructions how to build it, or you could have someone in VR doing the steps with you or making a video how to do it. All kinds of useful information. Customers could have questions, answers, all that stuff. A salesman in VR could be a thing. I'm just I don't understand. I thought in 2025, working online from home with a VR headset would be a thing. You can join meetings, you can talk to clients, you can do demonstrations, you can be a salesperson, but none of that exists yet. Am I am I that ahead of the curve thinking why not? Seriously. I want to work in VR. I really legitimately want to get up in the morning, put my headset on, and be able to do a job. It doesn't have to be a high-end paying job. I understand that I am not doing the most critical of work, but you will need people to help your clients for X, Y, and Z reasons. Pay me a tiny bit less than your in-house workers to do the job. Why less? Because I'm not there, because I don't need to be there. And I don't mind being paid less. I'm not driving to there. I don't need my car. I don't need a car. I don't need lunch. I don't need anything. However, the workflow should be optimized for VR. For example, maybe 2 hours of work, a 30-minute break, another 30 hours of work, both for the eyes, for the mental wellness, battery life, all that jazz. Different workflow, sure, but it still should be possible. Attend meeting, greet customers, all kinds of stuff. If you build furnitures, if you build structures, if you are cooking, if you make renovations, if you do painting, if you want to do a gallery, if you want to do anything and you want to appeal to a larger audience than whatever is local, or have people come to you to then strap them up with a headset to then have them be anywhere in the world, why not just offer that online immediately and anyone in the world can see it? How is that not a thing? Am I the only one looking to work with a big brick strapped to my forehead? I can't be, but then where is that kind of work? I just thought maybe we were a little bit further in this. it's also appealing to your clients for all sorts of things, right? And your clients will have so much more of a broader audience than ever before possible. Let's say you're building on the go. You make contracts with your clients to have specific things being built, like robotic arms or bridges, stairs, industrial stuff, or even commercial stuff, doors, whatever it is that you do. You could have a meeting with them in VR. You have a whiteboard there. You can write all your things, take notes, do things as you will. You could get off of VR and do it in 3D, 2D, do whatever it is that you want, make a plan, and then come back in VR and explain your plan, have the visual representation of it, and while it is that you've done the work in 2D, for example, it's not that hard to flip it to 3D and have it done here. Easier to show, to explain, your client can have it in their hands, see the real life size to it, as big as small, see all the detail, you can approve, disapprove, work on the subject further, and keep going. Why is no one capitalizing on that yet? I don't know, I guess I'm just baffled. I used to work in real space, right? I used to work in a very much industrial environment with my hands, doing very physical labor, and I thought the world was further ahead than what it is, I suppose. Let's take another example, right? Let's say that you build houses. Your clients will want to see what you're building on, and making prototypes is very expensive. Not only is it a costly endeavor for workers, since you have to pay them, it also includes materials and a lot of time. Sometimes your clients want to see results immediately, or at least as soon as possible, and making something real size is gonna take a while. But if you already have the drawings done in 2D, even if the graphics and the textures and nothing is like top quality, you could still present something in VR and have that changed on plans immediately at no cost, and you could still do a virtual tour of that house before you sell it to your client. And even if it's prefab and all the client has to do is choose what they want, it would still be very beneficial to have it in VR. You could go through the methods at which you build your house, have the many layers, and I don't know, am I the only one not seeing the benefits? Am I just too ahead? I can't be, right? Anyway, I just thought, am I the only one that thought VR work was a thing? I guess it's not.